Hello friends, welcome to your channel ASAP to all. Here we make things simple to all. Today we are here to discuss about ITC Limited. Many people ask you this question and say that is ITC the next HUL Hindustan Unilever? Let's deep dive into this question along with the analysis of the recently announced Q4 FY20 results of ITC Limited. Let's first see what people say about ITC. Many people will show you the Hindustan Unilever price to earning ratio of 75.11x and then the FMCG P ratio of 66.96, and then people will say that based on the ITC recently announced results their P ratio is 15.53. So there's a huge potential to move towards the FMCG P and give the return on the stock. Is it right to say that ITC is an undervalued FMCG company? Maybe or maybe not. If you see the segmented results of ITC Limited and if you go to the segmented revenue of the Q4 FY20 results, 57% of the revenue comes from FMCG, hotels, agribusiness or other businesses, and out of this overall business 24% of the overall revenue comes from FMCG. So it looks like it's more of a FMCG company, but when you see the segmented results or the segmented operating profit, you will see that 84% of that profit comes from the cigarette business. So even the non-cigarette business contributes to more than half of the revenue, but that business contributes only 16% of the operating profits. So it looks like it's a cigarette company but in a wrapper of FMCG company. So thus it may or may not get the valuations of the HULs as per my opinion. So let's shift the focus towards the Q4 FY20 results. This is a standard analysis which I carried on the ITC financials, but if I take you to the key points of this particular analysis, if you see the revenue was down 6% QOQ and 5% YOY. If you see the EBITDA, that was down 10% QOQ and 7% YOY. If you see the profit before tax, that was down 8% QOQ and similarly 8% YOY also. While if you see the profit after tax, that was down 3% QOQ, but it was up 9% YOY. This YOY up was majorly because of the tax rate cut announced by the government. But even after these financials, ITC announced dividend of 10.15 rupees per share. That's quite good. So now the biggest question is, when everything looks red in these results, so how are these results? Are these results so bad? I think many people miss that the results being good or bad totally depends on the market expectation. A company reporting 50% growth will be said to have a bad result if the market expectation was of 100% growth. So remember, market is what decides what's good or bad. In ITC case, due to the lockdown impact in the March month, analysts were expecting 4 to 5% degrowth on YOY in the Q4 FY20 financials on the overall revenues, and the company delivered almost equal to that, 4.9% degrowth. While on the some of the sectors the underperformance was there, maybe let's say the cigarettes or the FMCG other segment, but that was covered by the hotel segment and the paperboard segment. On the EBITDA front also, the company has met the market expectation of a degrowth of 6%, which shows that there's a good strong control on the cost even in this challenging situation. While in the profit after tax, it has overperformed, which is also good. In all, I can say that the results were mixed bag, but the good part is that overall they have met the market expectation. There was no major surprise. That's the best thing. Apart from the result, there are few things which we can also take as additional points. So these points. Apart from the results, company has given quite good disclosure about the COVID impact on the business, which we should appreciate. Even the commentary about the current quarter is also positive, which shows some signs of recovery. High amount of dividend in these challenging times also show that there is no stress on the balance sheet and the financial position is good. There are few triggers going forward. One trigger is on the recovery of the rural demand for the FMCG project, where the growth has fallen to 0.8x of the urban markets, which was 1.4x 1 year ago. The another trigger is about the consumer increased focus towards healthy, hygienic, branded and packaged products. Also traction on the newly launched products like disinfectant spray, hand sanitizers, vegetable and fruit cleaner can also be seen. The another trigger is on the shift from the organized market to the organized market from the unorganized tobacco market. So many people are still buying unorganized tobacco products, while if there's a shift from to the duty paid branded cigarette, that could be appreciated, and that could be a trigger. Another trigger could be a removal of travel restriction, which can again bring some business for the hotel industry, but that looks more of a long term trigger as of now. The last trigger could be the resumption of the school season, which can give some recovery on the education and stationery products. Thanks everyone for watching this video. We hope that we simplified the topic for you. Please do like and share this video with your friends and family. Many more informative videos coming your way, many more informative as well as simplified videos. So please subscribe the channel and click on the bell icon to get notified about the new videos. Signing off. Thank you.